Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business edition. These recorded live 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you'd like to catch the show live. We'll be covering business news and just a little bit of smart news at the end of this section here. So let's go ahead and dive on in with our business news. First couple Linuxy, Fossy type things. GIMP turns 25. Yay! No word if they got that stupid mask off the dog yet. But nevertheless, GIMP has turned 25 and it says it's going to carry on being the FOSS, not Photoshop. GIMP is an excellent application if you have not used it. Just wanted to mention that really quickly. Let's move on. Next great news, Pine Phone KDE Community Edition is now available for pre-order. Not sure if there's any left on pre-order. Usually Pine supplies run out pretty quick, but at least as of a couple days ago, you could get this. I actually really like what the plasma looks like on the Pine tab. The auto rotate just doesn't, any rotate doesn't work. I don't think I can manually rotate the screen either. I'll have to look into that, but I actually want to play with the plasma a little bit more. I do like the look of it more than Posh. I like how it works a little bit better than Posh. So you can head on over there and see if there's any of those left. They said, let's see, a couple weeks ago. So I don't know, they might be sold out, but we'll see. That would actually be a neat phone to play around with. I think Pizza does some update stuff for them, so you can go ahead and have a look at his channel. And into the news stuff, Aptera is back with a new electric vehicle, says it doesn't even need charging. Basically, it's solar. Now, it looks like the ugliest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. Like, what the hell am I looking at? I'm pretty sure, guys, this is the car that the galactic aliens came in on when they came to Earth. All right? The galactic aliens came in with this thing right here. It is a solar-powered car. Fairly small. It has, I think, only 3 wheels. Why are we different? Because we are, apparently. But you can see there's a lot of solar panels on it, so works pretty well with solar, I guess. It just looks like a spaceship for some reason. But nevertheless, you do have an electric vehicle that does not need a charge, goes for about 1,000 miles. I guess 1,000 miles on a charge, I guess, is what that looks like there. All right, Apple starts to grab more cash grabbiness. Apple Fitness Plus launches this coming Monday. Starts at $10 a month. So if you're looking to blow an extra $10 bill every month, you can go ahead and start giving all of your health data to Apple to store on their servers, where it will be used for all sorts of fun and bad and nefarious little things. All right. So that is really what Apple's up to here. You can see it's got the smartwatch stuff going over. It's got, you know, the phone stuff. You can do the tablet type stuff. Oh, look at this. You can schedule things with trainers. You can even fight and compete with your friends and stuff. You can sync it up to your pads and your TVs. All sorts of great things. Excellent stuff. Great. For $10, you too can put all your health data in somebody else's data servers where will be used against you in very nefarious ways. There you have it, folks. That's exciting. Except I forgot I'm on the business section, on the privacy section. They all blend in at this point. I don't know. Google and Facebook set a showdown for Australian publishers over the news media bargaining code. So this one here is following in on the where the government says, hey, you can't show the news. Now they're kind of changing things around so they can show the news. They just have to pay them for some of the advertising that the news media is going to be missing for it. So Facebook and Google are in on these guys. And basically what they're looking at is a way to keep the news in the search results because that's where people are looking for it, but also make sure that the publishers of those news articles still get paid. So the idea is Google's going to take some of the ad revenue it makes from showing the article and share it with the news media sources. So that's where the current discussion about this over in Australia is going on right now. FTC and 47 states file suits to break up Instagram and WhatsApp from Facebook. So one of the conditions of buying Instagram and buying WhatsApp was that Facebook was not actually going to merge any data together. They were going to keep them all completely separate and run as all separate companies. But then one by one, the Zuck got zucked over with all of the people who ran the other companies. The original developers left, and then they just kind of merged them all in to the point now where, hey, any Facebook property, whether it's Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram, can all cross-sort data with each other. This is particularly bad, particularly like WhatsApp is very widely used across the world. Facebook company, though, Facebook company. And as it's being used around the world like that, basically you can feed data in. Of course, Oculus is doing the same thing. No word if Oculus is involved. But now a whole lot of state attorney generals, 47, that's a lot, 47 and the FTC are all filing antitrust suits against Facebook, alleging that the company abused its power in the marketplace to neutralize competitors through acquisitions and prevent anyone else from presenting a more privacy-friendly alternative to consumers. So that's actually, it'd be interesting to see where this goes. And the big news of the week, this happened, of course, in UK, is a new law. Now in the US, it looks like this is going to come here as well. It's going to prevent carriers from locking phones. Now, I do have some interesting questions about this. Now, when I did the UK video, some people did say, oh yeah, people still do payment plans on phones out there. So the question is this actually going to do anything? Because a large portion of people basically lease their phone from the company. And if you still owe money on the phone, they do not have any obligation to unlock it. I can't go down to Verizon and continue to make payments to Verizon on a phone and have them unlock the phone and make payments on the phone to Verizon while I'm using the phone with T-Mobile. I can't do that. They carrier lock it in that respect. But once I own the phone, this is where this is going. Once you own the phone, now you will actually have the ability to unlock it so that you can use it at other places. So no matter where you got the phone, you can use it. But being as that most Americans are still leasing their phones, which you shouldn't do, guys. If you need to lease your phone and pay monthly for it, you're buying too much phone, okay? It's a phone. If you can't pay cash for it, you're paying too much. You could take a couple $100 down to Best Buy and you can buy a phone outright in cash and activate it with any carrier that you want. Okay, that's what you should be doing. Sure, I know you want the latest and greatest ripoff, but the fact of the matter is if you got to do it on payments, you can't afford it. Stop taking out payments on everything. Go out, take a couple $100, scrape together a few hundred, go down and get whatever phone you can afford. Use that and then save your payment to yourself. And then when you're sick of that phone, go down and get the next upgrade up that you want. And then keep the other one around for in case you drop yours. And that's called insurance. That's what you should do. But still, if you are actually buying your phones and you don't have anything to owe, now it does appear is that phones will not be able to be unlocked. Now, Verizon generally allows unlocking of their phones once you've paid them off. AT&T generally has not. So whatever that happens to be worth. All right, well, before we move on to the next section, if you want to help support the channel, have a look at ExpressVPN. This is one of the VPNs I'm going to recommend. Now, not everybody buys a VPN. Sorry, Ben Shapiro, if you're using your VPN, once you log into Facebook, you've de-anonymized yourself, okay? But really, there are legitimate reasons to need a VPN if you need to get around geo restrictions, if you are just trying to hide from your ISP and you don't care about the VPN company, or better case, you're using coffee shops a lot lately. I'm going to take my Mac down there and sip some lattes in Starbucks. I might want to attach that bad boy to a VPN. I don't want anyone to know I'm at Starbucks, really. But anyway, there are legitimate reasons. You can have a look at ExpressVPN, tlm.li/EV if you'd like to help support the channel. Let's go ahead and have a look at some smart news next. And our first article in Smart Tech, Logitech is the next to join the realm of stupid doorbell spyware. Logitech's new Circle. God, these guys get more innovative than this. It's Ring to Circle. Oh. The Circle View Wire Doorbell is the first to support HomeKit. Hey, the good news, HomeKit. Bad news, yeah, it only works on Apple smart home devices. So you have to be using Apple's smart home setup to use the spyware doorbell from Logitech. Logitech, please don't go insane. I do kind of like your stuff, but if you're doing this kind of stuff, I'm afraid what data collection you're using through my mouse. First debuted the HomeKit Secure. This is Apple first debuted it in 2019, taking some time for developers to adopt the system because it's atrociously expensive. I can't talk apparently. Here you go. Here's your exterior camera. Oh, look at this. This lady came by to stare at it. Is she from The Ring? She's from The Ring. Ring. You know, that's exciting. So anyway, Logitech. Oh boy. Cruise has apparently started driverless testing. This guy here is skeptical, but you know, if we start seeing people dying more in the streets by these robo cars, you guys ever know, like, is anybody else out there frustrated that they're now using our streets to beta test self-driving cars without anybody in there with them? We don't need this, guys. We don't need this. No. Like, we need to address who is liable when one of these self-driving cars kills somebody before we open them up on the streets. Politicians, are you listening? We need to figure this out first. We need to figure out who's liable. We need to figure out a method, and we need to make it fast. Because if I've just been run over by your self-driving car, I need to know that I'm going to be covered pretty quickly without having to just sit there on a Supreme Court case for the next 5 years figuring it out while I'm going bankrupt due to the medical bills from your self-driving vehicle that's gone homicidal. All right, we need to figure this out. But apparently now we got all sorts of people now testing self-driving cars with no safety drivers in roads. You know, even after that one thump. And now we have an electronic self-driving tractor takes farming to a whole level. Well, it's electronically self-driving itself, doing all your farming type stuff. It's also mapping out your fields and figuring out the best placement for all of your individual things. Definitely it's an interesting, definitely an interesting thing here. So the idea is the zero emissions powertrain, deep learning technology to report back on plant and crop health will plot out your fields for you. Basically, hey, deploy it and it goes. Let's see. Modern Farm is pretty neat. Ask me, it's coming next fall for $50,000. They'll take a $500 refundable deposit for the first units shipping out in 2021. $50,000 for a tractor, though, is not actually all that bad in this modern day. So definitely interesting. I'm going to ask my farmer what he thinks about that next time I swing by his place for milk. All right, guys. Well, if you would like to help support the channel in any way, we do have, we'll feature my book today, Synaptergy. This is my science fiction novel. And you can head on over to the website, synaptergy.com or tlm.li/s. You can read the first chapter. Let me go ahead and allow SoundCloud there. So you can read the first chapter. You can listen to the first 5 minutes of the book over here on the SoundCloud account. And there is a list of where to get it. Just as of note, I have discovered a bug, thanks to Troy for finding this actually. For some reason, the digital files are not showing up. I played with this thing for a long time today, testing things. If you order a digital file from me at the author website, you will need to wait for me to get you the direct link. I'm aware of the problem. I'm not going to try and mess around with that software. I'm just going to dump the software and change to a new one when I can. But nevertheless, you can still buy them. I'll just have to manually get you the links. You can get them from Amazon, Audible, iTunes for both ebook and audiobook. We have Kobo, ebook and audiobook, Barnes & Noble, ebook, audiobooks, IndieBound. I think IndieBound has ebooks and audiobooks, but I can't remember for sure. Audiobooks, Books A Million, Google, Scribd, and over there in the UK, there's 123 Price Check is a good place where they will conglomerate all the different deals you guys can get over in the UK. So you can head on over there to synaptergy.com or tlm.li/s if you are interested in the book Synaptergy. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.